Okay, for homework 310, I want you to check your answers against my key, fix any mistakes you make, write any answers that you didn't write that I wrote, write down the 5 words, and if I see that you've written down all my answers and the 5 words, I will let you use this on the test tomorrow. So good job those of you taking time to do this. First one here should have been A, because that one takes that point, which is 8, -2, and since I'm doing a quarter turn to the right, I take that coordinate, flip it, so that -2 goes to the left, 8 goes to the right, but then I do the opposite of 8, and that's why that's -8. So the only point that works is this point -2, 8, where I flipped it, left that left one alone, but made the right one opposite. And then I know this says pick one of the incorrect choices, and right here I need to make sure I read a little bit better. I'm gonna cross this off because I'm explaining one that's correct. Please don't do what I did right there. Make sure you read. This says select one of the incorrect ones, so don't make my mistake. Don't talk about the correct one. Pick one of these mistake ones, like this one right here, and talk about how maybe D is incorrect. And again, make sure you read tomorrow. I'm asking for one that's incorrect. D is incorrect because it was flipped. And both points made opposite. If I turn it to the right, flip it, only make the right one opposite. It was flipped and both were made opposite. So that's what that point shows. It shows +2, -8. Took that point, flipped it, and then incorrectly did the opposite of both. You want to leave that left one alone. So make sure again you read this incorrect. First word is dog. Dog. All right, on this one, they had you take away 103 from 180 first. Remember, that's not the answer. That just gave me the two inside angles that all I have to do now is add those together to get that outside angle here. Remember that weird little rule. Those two inside angles are equal to that outside angle right there. And you had to first say, I first subtracted 180 from 103 to get 177, and then I added 77 and 40, make that 40 right there. Added 40 to get that answer. All right, let's keep going. Second word is bird. All right, for this one, it says the only ones that work, angle B and C, and you can see these are both inside. They add up to that 180 right there. It's almost like this one is the same as that, and when they're right next to each other, easy to see they equal 180 when they're right next to each other like that. But when they're two inside angles like that, you could see they both made together make that complete 180. So that one's good. It says measures of A and H equal 180. That would be no good because I could see those are exactly equal, so that wouldn't be good. It says angles C and F are vertical. Angles C and F are not straight across. Vertical is when they're straight across like that. Those are not vertical. It says angles E and G are congruent, and that is money because these are called corresponding, or your eyeball can see that they're equal. That's a fancy word for equal, congruent. And then the last one, angles B and G are congruent. So here's B, and then not quite sure where G is. Oh yeah, here we go. B and G. Here's B. Not sure where G is. Maybe I could clean this up a little bit. Ah, there it is. So angles B and G. Yep, those are alternate interior you can see on either side, or just trust your eyeball. Second word is bird. I haven't said it already. All right, this one has you see that this angle 65 is equal to this one right here. And then with that 65, know that if I take that away from 180, I'll get the missing piece. And then just make sure you put those angles in the right place. Use your calculator for arithmetic. All right, keep going. Check your answers. This one right here has you compare some lengths. It has you compare the length of DE to DE prime. That is true. It has you compare angle D to angle D prime, saying that they have the same measure. So angle D right here, angle D prime, that is true also. And then the last one, angle F, which is right here, is more than angle F prime. That wouldn't be right because they're the same. So that would be false on that one. All right, congruent. You can see if I reflect over this line right here, over the x-axis, each of these is equal distance over that line. Those are the corresponding parts. So these two are equal, congruent. If I look at the other angles, these are congruent, equal. This F1 down here is equal to C, and that's where I get the correct answer. And then you can see this one right here, G, is congruent to B. So the only answer in that one that has the correct pairs are that problem D, angle F and C. All the other ones pair up wrong pairs. Angle E and angle A, those are not an equal pair. All right, third word is gray. Let's keep going. This one has you first start with triangle number 1. I could tell that's where I'm starting, and then I'm moving this to the left, and then I could tell this is not just a movement down, this is a flip or a reflect because it's that upside down look to it. So my first step was translation left, and then since there's no boxes to count, don't have to be accurate, and then going across this x-axis, flipping it over that x-axis. All right, keep going. This problem, how do you take it and rotate it 180? Just remember 180, both coordinates get opposited. They get the opposite. It's not like quarter turns where you turn it to the left and make that left point opposite. Like if I had the point 4, 6, quarter turn to the left, I would flip it and make that left one opposite. If I took a point and did a quarter turn to the right around the origin, I would flip it and make that right one negative. If you do a half turn, both numbers don't flip, but they become both opposite. So I could see I tried to list these first initial points, and then if I opposite them, opposite -6, 6, opposite of 2, -2. And if I plot those in the right place, I will get, and looks like I might have mislabeled here. Let's check my labels. Yes, I did. Looks like this is G prime right here, so make sure you fix that on your paper. Don't copy what I did here. And then this is going to be F prime right here. So if you could change those labels for me, I would appreciate that. And you can see that then this gets a upside down look when it does a half turn to the right. It's going to flip upside down just like that. All right, almost done. This one has me first, and then this one you gotta be precise. It has me first reflect over the y-axis, and you have to tell me that it's a reflection. You got to tell me which line is reflecting over, and then from there you got to be specific because there's boxes here. Translate down 4, and again, not using words like flip or slide, mathematical words. And then for this one, counting boxes. All right, fourth word is missed. Almost done. This one, remember, if you have X only on one side, That's a instant one solution. If you have x that have different numbers on both sides, another one solution. So remember, any equation with just an x on one side, one solution. Any equation with different number of x's, automatically one solution. The no solutions are when you have the same number of x but different numbers. This one, if I distribute, gives me 4x plus 8, where you can see again, same x's but different numbers. Those are the no solution looks. And then this one, when I combine it, it gives me, ooh, a mistake. I see I made a mistake right here. Whoops, bad mistake. This is 3x plus 10. This is 4x plus 7. This one is another no solution. So my mistake on your paper, please look. 4 should be right here. If you have that in there, you're money. What I really wanted this to be was 4. So on test day, you get 4x, and this would have been 7, sorry. 4x plus 7 and another 4x plus 7. That would have been a many solutions. So those of you watch out for that. That's how I'm going to have that structured. And then the last one here, you have to distribute first. Remember, I made this 17 to make it better. This is 17. This is really 17, not 67. Distribute to get 5x minus 25. 5 times x, 5 times negative 5. Combine the 5x and the 2x to get 7x. And then after you distribute and combine, then you could start your inverse operations, adding 25 to both sides, dividing by 7, getting 6. And then for this one, for the proof, you had to tell me that you plugged it in and made it true, but I also want to see on paper that you are actually plugging that number in and doing the math. Last word is down. So make sure you have my 5 words on this. Make sure you checked and written all your answers. And I apologize for those who I marked this one wrong. I see my mistake now. Do all that, and I will let you use that on tomorrow's test. Good luck.